Childhood stays with you a lifetime. I have compassion for the child I once was. As I was younger, I lived with my mom, my stepdad, and my two brothers. We moved from place to place, never really having a stable home, from friends' apartments to sleeping in the trunk of a car, never really being in the same place. I never really had my biological dad in my life. Like, he was there for a little bit, but not much, because he was deported when I was pretty young. Do you ever miss being a kid? Do you miss falling asleep on the couch and you wake up in your bed? Do you miss being able to make a game out of anything? There is a tremendous amount of emotional, social, and physical representation on kids that happens, and kids that are abused when they're kids have a hard time coping with everything as they get older. So I have a story. This story is from when I was about 9 years old. So one day after school, my stepdad told me to go read in my room. So I was like, okay. I went into my room, sat on the floor, started reading. I had this like blue Winnie the Pooh little couch that you'd pull it out, like it was just made of pillows pretty much. Pull it out, and I was sitting on it, I was reading. I started to fall asleep, and as like I was falling asleep, I just set the book on my face like this. Like I just set the book on my face, fell asleep. When I fell asleep, it was probably about like 3:30, like pretty much like right after school. And sorry, that was the dog that scared me. I was just sleeping, and then I heard my door swing open, like slam open, and my stepdad came like charging in, grabbed my wrist, and said, "You were supposed to be reading." The next thing I remember is everything around me was pitch black. My head and my back were throbbing. I remember pulling my body out of the wall. And it was dark by this time, so who knows how long I'd been there. So did you guys know that 1 out of 3, every 3 girls are abused? So, say there's 12 people in our class. This many of you will be abused. Like, I'm gonna point it out to them. Okay. So child abuse really stays with you. Like, it's not something that goes away. You have to work with it every single day. So I was abused as a kid, and I have been diagnosed with major depressive disorder, social anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder, post-traumatic stress, and post-traumatic stress. Most of that is definitely caused by the abuse. I have been to doctors, therapists, you name it, and I just have to work with it every day, and you just have to realize that you just really can't give up. I've struggled for 11 years of my life with these things, and one day I was ready to give up. One month, it went on for like a month. I was just done. I was done with it all. I'm so glad that I decided that my life was worth living and that I needed to keep going. My mom has been clean for 4 years. She's married to my dad, now, my stepdad. He is nice, has never touched me except for hugged me. He's just, everything that I ever wanted, really. Like, I know if you're going through abuse, like, you will make it. You can make it through. Go get some help, talk to somebody about it. So, I have a quote, my favorite quote, from Reuben Holmes. It says, "Bury the past and keep the lesson." Perfect.